My parents sent a group message. We're giving your trust fund to your sister. She has kids you don't. I simply replied okay. When they discovered what I'd done with the money 3 months ago. The message arrived while I was finalizing adoption papers at my lawyer's office. Emma, we decided to redirect your trust fund to Amanda. She has 3 kids and needs it more than you. The transfer will be complete by Friday. My mother's text was followed quickly by my father's. It's for the best, you understand. I stared at my phone, a calm smile playing on my lips. Everything okay, Miss Carter? My lawyer, Michael, asked. I showed him the messages. His eyes widened slightly before he caught my expression. You don't seem surprised, he observed. I'm not, I replied, turning back to the adoption paperwork for little Stuffy. I made the necessary arrangements 3 months ago. My name is Emma Carter, and at 32, I'd spent my entire life being the responsible daughter. While my younger sister Amanda married young, had 3 kids and lived off our parents' generosity, I built a career in child advocacy and saved every penny I could. The trust fund set up by our grandmother before she passed, was meant to be split equally between Amanda and me when we turned 35. But I knew my parents, I'd watched them favor Amanda since we were children. Every scraped knee, every failed test, every financial mistake was met with endless comfort and support. Meanwhile, my achievements, graduating top of my class, establishing a successful career, buying my own home, were met with dismissive nods and quick changes of subject. 3 months ago, during a family dinner, I overheard them discussing Amanda's latest financial crisis. Her husband Tom had lost money in another risky investment, and they were struggling to maintain their lavish lifestyle. Emma's trust fund could help them, my mother had whispered to my father. She doesn't even have a family to support. They didn't know about Sophie then. They didn't know I'd been working with the adoption agency for over a year, preparing to give a home to a beautiful 5-year-old girl who'd lost her parents in a car accident. They didn't know because they never asked about my life, too busy solving Amanda's latest crisis. The next day, I visited my grandmother's old lawyer, Michael, who'd become a trusted friend over the years. Is there any way to protect the trust fund? I'd asked. He'd smiled, pulling out documents my grandmother had left. Your grandmother was a smart woman, Emma. She added a clause that if anyone attempted to alter the distribution of the trust without both beneficiaries' consent, the entire amount would be immediately released to the originally named recipients. That afternoon, I transfer my portion, roughly $2.5 million, into a secure account. Not for myself, but for Sophie's future and for the Children's Advocacy Center I'd been quietly developing. Now sitting in Michael's office, I typed a simple reply to my parents' message. Thanks for letting me know. My phone immediately buzzed with calls from both of them, probably expecting tears or arguments. I declined them all, focusing instead on the final details of Sophie's adoption. Tomorrow, I will bring her home to a house filled with love, and the security my grandmother had wanted for her great-grandchildren. All of them, not just Amanda's kids. Should I inform them about the clause? Michael asked, organizing the completed adoption papers. Not yet, I replied. Let them figure it out when they try to transfer the funds. Besides, I smiled, looking at Sophie's photo on my desk. I have more important things to focus on right now. As I left his office, my phone kept buzzing with messages from my family. Amanda was now involved, sending long texts about how she deserved the money more because she had real children to support. My parents alternated between guilt trips and demands that I answer their calls. I drove home in peaceful silence, thinking about the room I prepared for Sophie, painted in her favorite colors, filled with books and toys.